And then can I see the top of my chair, which means my face, which
Okay.
means yes.
All
All right.
right.
So hold on, Rhett.
Come on. What
God.
are you doing, Anders?
You're like a horny, drunk private.
Nope, that's Hondo.
Good. Yeah, it is.
Mm.
All right. Headset and we're ready. Hold on.
Actually,
Holding. Still holding.
yeah, I don't think you should edit this. Just go from the beginning and just let it
Yeah,
go. Because
let's continue to hold.
yep.
Got about another 5 seconds and we're going to hold.
All right. Yes. So, all right. That's so. Are you hearing me? Okay. Check.
Oh, no, I'm not even. Oh, no, man.
Okay.
There we go.
Recidivist. Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad you got your hat backwards because you look like an Amish dude with your hair plastered, from your Amish hat.
Yeah.
And I know the Amish don't listen to this podcast, so we're good. And,
yeah, they definitely don't.
Yeah, and your beard is Amish material.
It is. It's definitely close, if anything. But what we should do, speaking of the Amish and them listening, because we want all people, Amish, normal, all of you. We want all of you to listen. So we should consider like maybe inventing a buggy radio or something.
Oh,
And then
well, it's got to be. Well, it doesn't have to be like powered by horses or something. So it's got to be a horse-powered radio.
dude, believe it or not, it is weird with them. Like you've got your strict, devout Amish people, right? And a lot of them, I don't know how this like ties in. So forgive me, religious scholars, if I'm wrong. But
You probably are.
Mennonites, though, I feel like they are tied in with that Amish community, but they use common sense electricity decision-making processes. Like they use bare bones electricity. So there's levels. You got your people that are like, no, fuck you, electricity.
Yep.
Then you got your people that are like, well, I'll use a little bit, but I won't be crazy about it. And then you have a normal American like us.
Okay. Yeah, that's the problem right there.
The normal American? Yeah.
But I did enjoy that Amish drug deal. Remember that drug dealer show, the Amish drug dealer? It was on A&E, or it was one of those live, behind the scenes TV show. I thought it went for like a couple of years,
Dude,
a couple of seasons.
I would remember the Amish drug dealer.
You got to Google that because there's an Amish drug dealer thing.
Okay.
Going on there.
Yeah.
Hey, so earlier when you were sitting on the toilet, you asked me what a bordello was.
Yeah.
How'd that come up, man?
The world does need to know about that. So I was thinking about, like, I just got on this word train. Me and my buddy Alex, guitarist in my first band, actually, we had this thing we used to do where we would say a word so many times it just started to sound like gibberish, just like a organization of sounds instead of something that had meaning. And he would always call me and be like, plate. And I'd be like, oh man, now I don't know what a plate is. It just sounds stupid in my brain. So when I was in the bathroom just now, I was sitting in there, and for whatever reason, I was thinking about beers, weirdly enough. And I was like, Bordello. And I was like, is that a beer? Then my brain
Modelo.
Yeah. Oh my God. Then my brain went to brothel, and I think I said the word brothel like a million times until it stopped making sense. And that's when I was like, Rhett, what is a bordello?
Yeah. And then I said a whorehouse, and you said, well, isn't that a brothel? And then I said, yes.
Yeah.
And that was the end of the conversation.
That
was it.
I feel like people really did need to understand that entire thing, though, because it's a good look into.
It just froze up.
What? Still? Can you hear me? Rhett! You just froze up. Yeah. Oh, there you are.
All right, I'm back. Can you see me now?
Yeah, I think you froze up.
Yeah, I guess it's all I see. Are you trying to call me right now?
Yeah, because I was gonna hold on. Let me stop it. Yeah, so I was trying to call because I'm like, man, it can't be me. I'm on the War Drum internet, and they get like a gig down.
Yeah, and I'm in a non-disclosed basement somewhere in the
Yeah,
Pacific Northwest. I have all my bars though. So,
yeah.
but
I don't know. Sometimes this one blips too. It could have been mid blip.
yeah. So I don't have my repeaters up yet. So I'm just in an empty basement. But it is going to be pretty kick-ass man pad when I get all set up and have all the backdrop and all my my swag, all
Nice.
my metal crap. So what do you think of my Left to Suffer shirt, man?
Dude, I fucking love it. I got me and Chuck were talking about this the other day. I got 2 tickets to Left to Suffer, Distant, and In Balance. That band I did sound for at Chocla, the headlining band
Nice.
on my stage.
Nice.
And I went ahead and got them from the Imbalance guys just to because I know they get a chunk of like pre-sales and stuff, and I just want to try to support for especially for those big shows because most of the time you buy a ticket for a big show on Eventbrite and it goes to the promoters.
Mhm.
But if they do pre-sales, I try to get them from the bands. At least they get a couple bucks.
Yeah, you should add one of their songs to our playlist.
Ooh, shred sequence. That's a good
Yeah,
idea. Let me throw
military
that.
grade metal shred sequence. Check out all the bands that are on there. We've added. We're in the hundreds now.
It has grown so much, dude.
Yeah,
It's like a day or two of listening now.
yeah. Everyone start joining that shred sequence and just listen to it over and over and over again
I
because
might
it's
even
awesome.
throw a couple. I've got 2 of their jams, Rhett, that I really like a lot that are on
Mhm.
my playlist, and
Yeah,
I'll throw both of those on.
yeah, that'll be cool. Hey, so speaking of which, I got to add Go-Go Bordello because you reminded me of that band.
Bordello!
Yeah, it's like start wedding purple. They got a great video on YouTube.
Oh,
It's
is it another pineapple pen interest of yours?
potentially. However, these guys do shows. They're legit.
Yeah.
There's a live show where the girl in the band because they kind of have the gypsy theme. The lead singer. They're from New York City, but the lead singer's mom was a gypsy as growing up, and so they have a bunch of gypsy kind of sound. And this one girl literally just screams. Just screams on the stage randomly. It's a great show, so I highly recommend.
It's random nonsense screaming?
In my earbuds, yes.
Okay, right.
So
Gotcha. I get it.
yeah, so it probably had some meaning in that song. I just remember watching it several times because I really was curious about this lady screaming, and I'm like, hey,
Dude.
check this out. So you got to check that out.
I will. If you're not going to get reeled in by the rhythm, the curiosity is another great way.
Yeah, yeah,
to reel
absolutely.
that puppy right on in there. I got kind of reeled in this week too, man. I was looking through artists and trying to find stuff for like Grimfest and stuff like that, right? And I ran across a band that you brought up a few months back. 200 Stab Wounds.
Yeah.
They're Texas based too, and their shit jams pretty good. I want to try and see maybe if they're on any shows coming up.
Yeah, they are legit. A buddy of mine who's in Oklahoma got me onto them here not too long ago.
Nice.
Seth Crowder's a good dude.
Oh, there's another crazy good one too, Rhett. I don't want to misspeak, but let me look back at this message. There's a show at the Rock Box coming up. Oh, there's 2 shows at the Rock Box coming up. One is in October, but I think your schedule's too busy. Cannibal Corpse and Mayhem.
Yeah.
Dude, I am going to try everything in my power to be at that show.
Yeah. Yes. And I will as well, my friend, because I should be able to hit, and depending on my schedule in August I should be able to hit Chingon Fest so we can do some Within the Ruins. I got to go. I'm going to see Electric Callboy here. I want to say in August.
What?
It's August or September in Portland. Have tickets. Yep.
What?
Yep.
Okay. I want to know what day the Texas leg of that tour is.
Yes. I think Dallas. Or
no, we're looking this
Houston
right
might be something. Yes. So yeah, you might want to get the tickets. A lot of the shows have sold out. I am going to Portland because it's not too far away from here.
Wow, they're still listing them on StubHub as Eskimo Callboy.
Yeah, that's weird. They changed their name quite a while ago, and now they have like platinum records and platinum underwear.
Oh, you're seeing them on 25 August at the Roseland.
There you go. That's where I'm going. Yep.
Nice, dude. Okay, let's
Yeah.
see. They're coming to Seattle on 26.
Yeah, but I'm
You'll
gonna
be
go.
in
I'm going
Oregon.
with no. I'm gonna take my buddy Ryan Baisley from Baisley High Performance Motorcycles. You know, he does all that cool stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they're gonna sell shirts on our swag site here pretty soon
Dude,
too.
they are not hitting Texas at all.
They just ignored Texas.
They completely ignored Texas. They're going to, and they go from Chicago to Blue Ridge Rock Festival in Virginia. So they hit the Fillmore in Minnesota, though.
Mm.
Fillmore
Wow.
Auditorium in Denver. They're hitting Utah. They're
Mhm.
hitting Arizona, California. Yeah, dude, no Texas. That
Wow.
fucking sucks.
Okay. Well, Blue Ridge, man, I want to go to the Blue Ridge Rock Festival. That would be awesome. It's so big.
Dude,
It's
that is probably going to be the first like big festival that me and you go to together. We're going to have to plan that out. It is big. It's a huge thing. All of the mega bangers are on it. You know
yeah.
what I mean? And
Oh
it's
yeah.
in my hometown, so we could couple it with like a vacation.
A vacay, like a couple's vacay, going home to see mom and dad.
Yep, yep, yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
Mommy, daddy.
So what's you've been freaking busy here recently, man.
Dude, yeah, it's exciting over here. There's so of course we got Chingon Fest. I think that one's getting to like dead horse levels, but yes, Chingon Fest.
Yeah,
Get your tickets to Chingon Fest. It's gonna be fun, man. We got the Batman of San Antonio. We got Maddie Mason cosplay artist coming out. We did hear back from the petting zoo, and it is going to be a little hot to do like the outdoor thing. So we're putting together a scaled down in a trailer experience. I think it might be like a reptile exhibit or something that we're going to do instead of the full blown petting zoo. But there's just a lot of shit going on there. 50 vendors.
Okay.
No more BYOB. We're about to make that announcement, and we got a guy with a TABC license that's going to come out and just run a bar on site for us.
Okay.
So that's going to be awesome. No more worrying about lugging a cooler around or anything like that.
Okay.
And then of course we got within the fucking ruins all the other heavy hitters on the metal side from San Antonio, Agony, Cauterized, Within the Giants Reach, Living Hollow from Austin.
Yeah.
And then we've got the complete Tejano lineup,
Yeah.
ending with Lee Valentine,
It's
going
gonna be
all
awesome.
the way through Tarasco Tropical, and then down to like the DJ too. DJ Frankie P is going to go 2 hours in the beginning so that the opening band doesn't have to start like right at the beginning. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. That'll be good.
Good stuff, Rhett. I'm telling you, it's going to be fun out there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I'm super excited. Can be kick ass. Sell that place out, pack it up. You know, the vendors are hitting us up left and right too. So
Yep.
we're gonna have some good food out there. I can't wait.
Good food, definitely. Drinks are covered, and I'm sure. I don't know if I had to guess ratio, I'd say like 40% of the vendors are going to be like small gift stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just a well-rounded. It's honestly, it's turning into like this big community event. Like everybody is just wanting involvement, and I'm stoked about it. Chuck was a really good litmus for that. Like having Chuck Vans on and hearing his excitement about the show and then getting to learn about his tie-ins with the community here was fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great. But I was the podcast is getting more and more popular. We just hit 500 followers on Instagram.
We're halfway to the 1,000 already. It feels so crazy, dude.
Yeah, we're like at 520 now already. And one of my mom's friends, I guess on his dying deathbed, or he's close to it, said that we're too vulgar in our podcast. So take that from an 85-year-old. Take the feedback.
While I feel a way about that as a podcaster, which is nice, we're doing it right. Lately in my life, I've been feeling the other side of that. The other side of that too. Like I could kind of see me and 85-year-old versions of Mark and Rhett sitting back like, what did we accomplish? But you know what though? It's who we are, Rhett.
Yeah.
I don't even think at 85, like maybe I'll feel some way about it, but the only way I'll be able to look back at it is with a smile.
Yeah. Yeah. And, my dad asked me a long time ago, well, not too long. I mean, probably 5 or 10 years ago, when are you going to stop listening to that heavy metal? I'm like, what? When are you going to stop listening to your oldies but goodies or whatever? That's the
Oh,
stuff.
dude, I saw a meme where this guy is this probably like 18-year-old kid, and he's staged it to where he's in this hospital bed with like oxygen through his nose, and he's like, "Play me that song I liked when I was young." And the other guy looks at him, he's like, "Okay, Grandpa," and he plays fucking "Disrespect Your Surroundings."
Dude, that's so awesome.
And he just lays in the bed and like closes his eyes and smiles. So yeah, it's gonna be that way. But it is weird. I mean, when you're a kid and you joke like that, it's always just a joke. But when you get a little older and you really see it happening, it's a weird thing, Rhett.
Yeah. Well, now we're up here in the Pacific Northwest, and man,
yeah,
your bones ache.
Yeah, I bet the humidity up there has got to be crazy.
Actually, no, I don't think there is any.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think it is then? Elevation?
Oh no, it's cold. It's just cold. It's rainy. It's cloudy all the time.
Dude, what is the temperature there?
It's like 54 degrees right now, or something like that.
God.
For a high, it's cloudy, and it's so funny because I camped out at the lake, right? So I was camping. I was living out of a tent down by the river for a week, and a week and a half. It was glorious. And my neighbors in the next tent site over kept getting in a fight with a raccoon every night. So I got to watch that. That was pretty cool because they couldn't figure out to put their food away.
Was this an old grandma broomstick fight, or was this drawing blood like they're fucking a raccoon up type of thing?
Yeah, it was more the grandma broomstick. Shoo away. And,
those are funny though.
Oh yeah. So it was grab your popcorn and sit around the campfire, kids, and watch Granny, swat at the raccoon, and the raccoon make fun of her.
Here, you trash panda!
Trash panda.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, no, I would have been thoroughly entertained with that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, one of them, like I shined my headlamp at one going through the bushes. He looked at me, flipped me off, and just kept walking over to her tent. And I was like, "Cool, hey, dude, keep messing with them."
This would have been great for that situation. One of the things I've been enjoying doing lately, if I find myself in a mood or if I'm bored, and I just need something to do, but I know that if I work on business stuff, I'm going to have foot in a mouth moment. So now I've been finding little brain teasers, right? So one of the things I do is I'll go out here to the window and there are people like constantly walking by. I'll throw my AirPods in and just jam a metal song and imagine it being their theme song. And one of my favorite ones is 1984 by Slaughter to Prevail. It's like, dun, 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 wee, and they're just walking. Sometimes they'll be bopping with it or they'll look at me and I'll be like, yeah. You keep doing you, boo-boo.
Yeah, boo. Old boo. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to.
I was going to say that's one of the memes that gets me good, Red, is I'll see those ones of the people walking in with headphones, walking into work, and they're just jamming a metal banger. You know what I mean?
What was that? What's that one that went viral? Wasn't it the American Psycho dude? With the he's walking through, and
it's a clip from Wolf of Wall Street, but it's the same actor, and it's 1984 by Slaughter to Prevail. That's the song. It's got those sick squeals in it. Cannibal Corpse also works really well for those types of videos.
Oh yeah. I would crank growing up. To get my sister to wake up, I would just crank ABBA in a stereo. And then put it right by her door until she threw open the door and then threw the stereo at me. And so I did that, with my kids in the tent. And really now, full disclosure, I was glamping. Okay, so this tent's a nice big tent. You could stand up, and I had carpet in it.
Now that's another level.
Yeah, I had a cot, had lighting in it, delving, if you will.
I can say that lighting, depending on what the lighting was, that can still be non-glamp territory. However, the carpet and the shelving, now you're glamping it.
Oh yeah, I had everything organized, and I've been really into watching those YouTube videos of. There's this couple. They live in Turkey, don't speak any English, and so I read the subtitles, and I watch them camp, and they're so organized, setting up, tearing down, how they fill their day.
Turkladesh.
Yeah, they speak Turkladeshi, I think. Yeah, I think that's an official term.
Nora!
What's up, Nora?
What you doing?
Say hi. You got to say hi right into here.
This is an official metal dad be like moment.
That's right. Yep. So this is
Nora. Matter of fact, hold on a minute. I'm gonna get this is going there. Nora, you gotta look at the camera and give a humongous smile.
Look at the camera, give a humongous smile.
And some horns. Woo!
Metal horns. Get your metal horns up.
Yay!
Did you get it? All right. You got it. All right, sweetie. Go back up and play.
We've got to talk about debauchery and rock.
Yeah. We're talking about stuff. Speaking of, look at the metal horns. That's my princess right there. In fact, I'm taking her to see Battle Beast and meet her namesake, Nuda Luhimo. I think in October, November, up in Seattle.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, whenever they're coming through in Seattle, I got tickets for that too. So it's going to be awesome. But yeah, shit, I lost my train of thought, man. I was going to tell you something super important. Oh man,
you're having a Mark moment. You're going down ADHDville.
Yeah. So I guess that's a good time to move on to the next topic.
Well, let's make the next topic the motherfucker with the most meatiest clackers. Because goddamn it, dude, I'm telling you, it's from the time I got here until now, it's like I've just been in Left to Suffer Town, and you could not have worn a more perfect shirt. Like,
yeah, check it out, man. Autographed right there by the band.
That is nasty. I love the blur font on that too.
Yeah, it's a pretty sick shirt, man.
Hold on. I said I was going to, because I'm business casualing it today. However,
hate waker,
baby. Hold on, let me get this up on the good camera.
Get them milk jugs. Get them moobs going. Yeah, get them moobs.
Andres. So yeah, dude, fucking Left to Suffer year round here. And I'm saying that because it still hasn't been a full year yet since I got mind fucked by them at Vibes Event Center with Upon a Burning Body.
Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna take one of those train derail ADHD moments. Check this out. Upon a Burning Body is also making some crazy sick ass waves, dude. David Parada from Dallas was at So What Music Festival this past weekend on stage filming for Slaughter to Prevail and Upon a Burning Body. I think those were the two that he was contracted to do, but because he was there with a media pass, he fucking got everybody. I mean, it was sick. But back to Left to Suffer. That was my little derailment.
Okay. Dude,
Media's Clackers Award of this episode could go to no one else. It goes to Taylor Barber of Left to Suffer. From everything from my mind being blown the first time we saw him here last year, to him somehow coming up on every single one of our podcasts, to you dropping in Sua Sponte in fucking Maryland.
Yeah, I was in Baltimore, right? So
Baltimore Soundstage. Yeah.
So I'm there with a friend of mine, and we're eating the sushi. Remember the sushi? Yeah, talked about that in a former interview. But so we went and had sushi, and then my buddy's like, he was going to the concert with me. Doesn't listen to metal at all, right? Malcolm's like, I don't care. But we get to hang out, right?
What was his take on the whole experience? Did he love it?
He just grinned. He just grinned the whole time, and we got to hang. It was us. We only get to hang out. We're all spread across the world and stuff. So getting to hang out.
Jordan said y'all had a phenomenal time. I was very happy with that whole evening.
Yeah, bringing Jordan in and getting to hang out with him all night. But we get our Uber ride, and of course it's a black SUV. It's a giant Suburban.
You
black
already
Suburban.
Pimped out.
Oh yeah. So, and then I couldn't have been more diva fanboy Then all of a sudden, like I'm like, stop the car, because Taylor's lumbering down the street,
Yeah.
just a giant teddy bear of a human. I love that guy.
And
And
he
I
gets the same review from everybody. He's just
yes,
a huge giant teddy bear,
he's
and
the
then gets
nicest
on
dude.
stage and is,
Just
what he is
shreds.
he's corpse grinder in it.
I think he's Cocaine Bear is what he is. I think he's Cocaine Bear.
Oh,
Yeah.
we got to hold off on Cocaine Bear because I haven't seen it, and I need to, and we need to really dive in there. But yeah, he could very well be. He could very well be Cocaine Bear.
Yeah. I get out of the car and I run up to him and I like give him a big old hug. He hugged me back. I thought, it's like, hey, why do I have this little weird dude creeping on me? Let me stab him. And he's like, no, what's up, man? Got a picture. And then he goes on his way with the rest of the band. And I go in there with my buddy Malcolm, and we meet everybody up. We're just standing there. It was a kick-ass show. Chelsea Grin killed it.
Oh my God, I know. I look, and it looks like they played all of their classic bangers too. I fucking, man, I wish I could be at that show, but that's okay because it brings us back to why he's clacking them meaties around.
He came back out and hung out with us after his set, and he stood there for the rest of the night through the Chelsea Grin show, just hanging out with us, and everyone came.
My mind, first show in Texas. Comes up on every podcast, blows your mind, Baltimore soundstage, and is just super cool. So I'll throw another one on that. Made me buy 2 tickets to yet another show at Vibes, where I caught him the first time with Distant, who I'm also finding out is fucking sick. Justin Vi, our merch guy. He sent me, it was actually either today or yesterday. It was kind of weird that I had just gotten these tickets to Left to Suffer and Distant, and I haven't listened to Distant a lot. And he sends me this Distant song, and he's like, dude, have you heard of these guys? They are fucking heavy. And I was like, crazy enough, I'm going to go see them in September with Left to Suffer again. He was like, what? But yeah, dude, Media's Clackers Award for this episode, 100% Taylor Barber of Left to Suffer.
I agree.
Let's give him some.
He gets the metal clap. He gets the metal clap.
Now, can we go ahead and define that? I'm gonna say metal clap is where, golf clap, you keep the palms joined.
Is that the rule?
That's the golf clap, but for
Is
metal clap, let's make it where it's still soft, but you just kind of classy,
That's like what your clap for those opening bands, right? Where they just you don't know if you like them or not.
Right. But you're there for the community, so you're like, oh.
Yeah. Well, I remember I went to see what was that band I went to go see The Warning out of Mexico City.
Yes.
And that all female band out of Mexico City. It was really cool. Like I didn't know how to take it. And so the openers were banging. What was her name? She's My Drugs Are Digital. What's the name of that band that opened up for him?
Oh, you sent me all 3, but while we're thinking about that, it's crazy that you bring up The Warning too. And you know what? We were talking about growth earlier and the podcast growing. Well, when I went out to look at it, I'll keep the names on the down low for right now. But when I was looking at a venue recently, right, for one of our bigger shows that we got coming on, the guy, it was crazy because The Warning is not necessarily a band that people are going to immediately associate with Mark Tomlin or Wavestream Live or Military Grade Metal, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So this is how I know that the viewers are paying attention to what we're doing, right? So I'm out at this venue and we're squaring away everything with the sound guy, and out of nowhere, he just brings up, he's like, just so you know, if you guys ever want to book The Warning, I know them. I can book them out here. And I was like, that's very fun. That's very interesting.
And he got that from our podcast where we talked about?
I have never, ever mentioned The Warning ever to any of them. And he comes up to me out of nowhere, just talking about, hey, I saw you guys were out at in Philly, and I know those chicks. And apparently they're from Mexico. Like the band is originated in Mexico, but yeah, they got big pull out here, and I'd be stoked.
Well, the only reason I went and saw them, right, was because I was in Philly,
Yeah.
and it was a Tuesday night, and they were the thing in town for Tuesday night
Fuck
at
yeah,
a
they were.
great venue.
It looks like it was almost goddamn sold out on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, it was pretty packed, and it was the band's called Holy Wars, and
That's right. Yeah.
My Drugs Are Digital is on our shred sequence.
Is that the one that got you good?
Yeah, and so that's the opener. Remember, I'm giving all the praises to the opener, that the Holy Wars, and they responded right after their set, and then, but I put the song "Narcisista" by The Warning. Man, the drummer like swapped out with one of the drummers from I think Holy Wars, or I think it was Holy Wars.
Nice. And they did a guest appearance.
Yeah. And so then she came out and sang Narcisista and just went nuts. Got the crowd. So the different kind of crowd, right? So not our kind of crowd, because I'm standing there where the mosh pit should be.
Yeah.
And I reach over to this dude who is, next to me holding his phone and just bobbing his head. And I'm like, you think I could crowd serve this? And he's like, I don't think it's a good idea. And then I'm like, I didn't like his opinion. So I went and got a second opinion. And I reached to my left and I said, hey, you think I can crowd surf this? And he's like, please don't. And I said, okay. So I went over I just walked up to the front because people got out of my way. Which is weird. It's like,
yeah, dude. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Just not used to that. So different crowd. I learned a different, how to act differently.
I can just see you at the show just looking super perplexed. Just like
sitting there like,
yeah.
I'm not supposed
I know you had a good time because
I had a great time.
Definitely hitting me up, but I can for sure see military grade metal Red at that show. Like, god damn. just those old man that
oh yeah. But bringing in The Warning would be pretty awesome. Bringing in Holy Wars would be cool too. Great opening set. I think they got some good stuff going on here pretty soon as they continue to grow. But
that's crazy. I mean, it's wild that they're still in their growth spurt and they're throwing Tuesday night bangers like the one you went to in Philly. That was nuts, and that venue looked really cool.
Yeah. Well, of course, I don't think I shirt belted that one. Maybe I did. I did.
Well, it's okay because you were experiencing new things. You were probably, even though you had a good time, you were probably just a slight amount off put by some of the stuff. So no worries, dude. There's plenty of time for shirt belt, and I think if there was a show to miss a shirt belt at for you, it would be that one.
Yeah, I'm totally good with it. I was in Honolulu not too long ago and saw Anthony Rodia, one of my favorite comedians. Right, he's out. I follow all this stuff on Instagram, and I'm sending you all those pics with him. I had the Jean-Claude Van Damme Bloodsport face. Shirt on, and he actually I think he reposted that, or maybe he just said I love your shirt, but he was kick ass too. So
a lot of the comedy guys are, man.
So much
we
fun.
Should consider. I would love to do like a Wavestream Live comedy night or something like that. David Parada has Uncle Laser booked at the Haltom Theater, and he's expecting to sell out. I think I'm going to keep close eyes on that.
Yeah. And I got a buddy of mine, Ruben, who's a professional comedian. He has stuff on XM radio.
Does he tour?
Oh yeah, and he's married to a military member, so he'll come into the studio anytime we want him. We could probably fill the room and have him put on a show.
Yeah,
and maybe bring in a local cat.
Oh, we need to get that rolling. That would be superb.
He got a really good show, a lineup of comedians during COVID, where we were out in a field and everyone parked, had to stay in their cars, so everyone drove their trucks and sat in the back of their trucks, and they had brought in a great lineup, and it was good to laugh. It was
So, who else kind of capitalized on that with something similar is the Loop Daddy. Mark Ribier. You seen that the reel where it's this dude with a robe on and he's got a keyboard and it's the new alarm clock. He's like, "Get the fuck out of bed, bitch, go." You never seen that guy? Oh
No.
yeah. So he did a drive-in movie theater tour during COVID where he sold tickets for cars, and you pulled up and he booked movie theaters, drive-ins all across the country and did concerts there. I actually thought it was kind of genius. Yeah.
I think that's a great idea. Yeah, that's cool stuff, man. I love it. We'll have to get Ruben up. We'll plaster up his latest flyer for his next shit for his gigs coming up.
Oh, definitely send me that, dude. Definitely send me that.
Yeah.
It would be perfect to bust into the damn comedy. I mean, and especially since we're kind of branching out elsewhere. Now is the time. You know what I mean? I got Lee Valentine at the end of the month on the Tejano hip hop side. Dude, that's going to be epic. That is going to be awesome. And then the 22nd, I'm actually working with Alex Salazar from Death Grip Productions.
Okay.
To book a hip hop artist out here that apparently booked a show with him last year, and it was kind of a spur of the moment thing. He was like, "Hey, we need to play somewhere." So Alex booked this some entity at the Nagadoches Mall, and they were able to play like in the mall. And Alex said he was completely taken off guard with how many people showed up for this guy. He said it was like 600 people that showed up to the mall for this dude's performance. So I was like, I was like, well, that sounds like something that we need to make happen at Wavestream Live. So we're putting all that together too. I'm really excited about it.
All right, I'm in, man. That's cool. Sorry, I'm having an issue here.
Actually, Rhett, additionally, because we're lunch breaking it and we're almost at 45. We are at 45 minutes. Did we have anything? I've probably got another solid 10 minutes where we can do like stuff on here.
I want to do a yay or nay because you and I argue about this all the time. And so
what's on the docket?
All right. So metal band names that I can't read.
Oh, shit.
You've heard me bitch about this so many times. And, and some of our favorite bands are, Living Hollow. I can't read their emblems.
Now, see, I can. Now, this is where we're going to go.
Blind.
As the Blind, yeah. So that now theirs is legit. And it's one of the, to me, it's an if you know, you know. So everybody listening, yay or nay on, we'll call it the classic death metal logo design, because that seems to be like what people immediately refer to with that style of a logo, right? So
put it in the chat. Put it in the chat down below and tell us what you think on yay or nay for classic metal design.
Classic, or we could even just say death metal logo. And what I was getting at is Rhett is going to come at this from more of a grandpa perspective. So, them goddamn metal logos, I can't even fucking read it. So Rhett is that guy. He is 100. Love you, Rhett. He is that guy. I'm, believe it or not, also kind of that guy, but on a different scale. So to me, Living Hollows is perfectly readable to me.
Well, it is now that I know him, and As the Blind as well. I know him, but they were doing a show in a bill, several months ago. And the only logo I could read was Tibetan Sky Burial.
So theirs is slick too.
They're the ones. I mean, it was easy because I could read it, and so I went and I downloaded all their stuff on Spotify. Right. So anyway, I
know the show you're talking about too. It was, and because the Dialectic, theirs was
the Dialectic.
I could read there. So to me, like younger grandson perspective, right? The grandson perspective is like the Dialectics and the Living Hollows. Yeah, they're out there, but I cannot know who they are and make those out. Now the AZ, the Blind, the Azathoth, the Blinds, the Engorged, you know what I mean? The what's that motherfucker that was in the Big Six, and actually I think he just went on tour with Necrogoblicon. Infant Annihilator.
Oh God, Infant Annihilator.
Theirs is like that one. I probably, if I didn't know, I don't know that I would be able to figure it out.
Can you add that to the shred sequence? I don't think we
Hell
have
yeah.
that
I'm
song.
gonna add the beach song on
The
there.
beach song, dude. They're walking down the beach. That was so epic.
That
But
shit is heavy as hell
yeah,
too. You know what's been on like not even shamelessly. So before I go here, yay or nay death metal logos. I actually agree with Rhett on a lot of them because it does get like, especially from a promotional standpoint, we're trying to look for promising acts. You know what I mean? So we see a flyer, we see this show where there's hundreds of people at it, and we go look at the flyer to check out the bands. And if they don't like subtitle them, sometimes it's a failed mission.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you have to move on.
And we went through that with our emblem, right? As we're building our logo,
Yeah.
and they look great on the hats and the koozies and the shirts. So it's I'm glad for that. But yeah, sometimes I just can't read because I want to listen, right? I hear this. I see them on a flyer, and hey, that's advertising. I get into those. I cut and paste and I send them to you all the time for every festival around the world. I think I've sent you the flyers, and I want to go find those bands down at the bottom, right? That are really tiny, because those are the bands that really excite us, right? I mean, that's kind of why we do this, and to help people get ahead and keep their heads above water, and give them the opportunity, because we're pretty lucky. The military gave us an opportunity, and we want to pay it forward in different ways. And man, now I listen to Bet and Skyberry all the time because they were the guys that I could read.
Think about why. Like everybody listening, the whole point to this that Rhett is making is he found a band that he loves strictly because he could read the name on the flyer. You know what I mean? Like, now that is the part, even from grandson point of view, that's the part that I absolutely agree with. Now because I'm younger and I'm more of a, believe it or not, Rhett's more of the stud, believe it or not. But because I'm younger and a little maybe more excited about it, I'm going to look into it harder. Like, I'm going to try harder to read it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I agree. To me, I think, as far as a yay or nay, I love the way that they look when they're legible. So I'm going to go yay on that, but I am going to go nay on the illegible deathcore logos.
Okay. I'm going yay just because who cares? Who gives a shit, right?
also that.
Yeah.
But now, Rhett, I'm fucked because I had something super interesting and I can't remember what it is now. Do you remember what I was going to go into like 5 minutes ago?
Probably my social media abilities.
No, you're getting way better there. While still horrible, it is it is better.
We'll have to yay or nay that. That'll be our next yay or nay.
Yeah, for sure. Well, okay, I guess we've definitely got. Look, we didn't even try, and we just sat here and talked for 49 minutes.
Yeah, we didn't even get through any of our agenda.